And we're back to Super Mario 6 Roman numeral LXIV. We're going to take a little detour to the second world because the way I'm splitting those in half means the second latter part of it means I'll need a wing cap, which I don't have access to yet, so I'm just going to start course 2. That's how I roll. Well, for the purposes of this LP, that's how I'm going to roll. I was doing it normally. Now I go as far as I could and then go to course 2. But, yeah, me and my sortiness. There's other toads throughout that you might want to talk to. There's at least a few toads you will need to talk to in order to 100% it. Keep that in mind. But also just randomly wandering into NPCs, that's a good pastime, I think. Especially if they're rare and you never find them until the very end of the internet era. The end of the internet era. The beginning of the internet era, fool! There's a chip off Womp's block. Okay, it's like another king with a chomp. Anyway, this introductory thing to this level is to tell me about how I have stealth tactics, which is just move quietly so that things don't wake up. Well, they don't even use this that often, for this matter, but yeah, there's other N64 games that do use this, most notably Banjo-Tooie. But yeah, the piranha plant's sleeping. You can still kill it, mind you, but you're not going to be able to while it's awake. So if you're close enough and then just rush in there and beat the crap out of it, like this. Also, it respawns, but you only, like with other enemies that respawn, you can only get the coin reward from it once. So yeah, here's the one of the few things that this emulator is not so good with. That has been fixed in later emulators if my computer was good enough. I use a different machine for this anyway in the first place. But yeah, you can see some of the gaps in the polygons. I apologize about that. It doesn't actually affect my gameplay, and it's not too bad. Like I said, there's only a few things about this you'll notice that it's like, that's not on my console. This isn't my beautiful console. Yeah, that's just to explain when you get 8 red coins, that's where you can expect the star to be. You know, in case you're lost as to where it is. Oh, look at the beautiful wall things. It's like, at least the first page I could say, yes, it's an army of bombs. Or maybe it's like a reflection of what's currently going on in that world. But then in the second world, it's just like, who made this painting? I don't know. It's weird. Although there's a missing, green block, I don't actually need it for this level. But if you come back in here with it, I guess experiment. I find it odd that it was here in the first place, given that I don't actually need it. But I suppose, if you're not feeling confident about yourself, you could go for it. Dun, 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 dun. Get used to hearing this music for the rest of your goddamn life. I'm the best. I'm the best odor blocker body wash. Odor blocker body wash. Gonna have some Old Spice LLC sponsorship. Nah. Could you imagine if me getting paid by sponsorships? Like, oh great. Like, I'm supposed to explain to you what products are okay or not. Or, I could just tell you. I don't care. It's fucking deodorant. I don't know how much that matters when I'm playing video games. Though when I go meet you, it matters. In the real life space, which you won't see me at. So, like, when's that ever gonna come up? Although, for me, I notice. I'll know. I can detect your hygiene from miles away. Super Mario, hygiene specialist. I guess that's Dr. Mario's line of work? Yeah. I like how there's, like, 2 kinds of 1-ups. One that are attracted to you, and the others that are repelled by you. And, in fact, the funny thing about the attracting 1-up is it goes quite a distance trying to find you. And the Japanese have a fun meme for this game, which, we've adopted with great sincerity. Which is just the Green Demon Challenge, where you just try to avoid getting hit by this 1-up. It's really fun. It's also terrifying when you think about the concept. Hell, I think someone made a Doom mod with this very idea, too. I'm just like, wow. I am exposing the Womp King to the glitch, where if I butt stomp at a specific spot, or at least, a specific height, I can go right through him and hit him really fast. I'm only practicing this trick because I'm going to need it. Somewhere down the line. Also, it's fun to do. grab the star. Yes. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's just like, okay, remember course 1 where you go to the top of the thing to defeat a boss? Well, go to the top of this course, defeat a thing. It's a recurring pattern. And the second star recurs that pattern where you also have to go right back to the top. Although instead of a race, the actual rest of the course is there. So keep in mind when you're selecting the star hints, that determines some of the layouts, some layouts of some courses. Not to mention even like some enemies maybe. Not just boss enemies, just some various things you gotta keep an eye out for. That aren't always immediately obvious. I've decided to use warps. At least that one. It's like, I'm not going up that mountain. I've showed you the mountain. Now I'm just like, now I'm showing off. Knowledge. Speaking of knowledge, check this shit out. How would you know that was there? You wouldn't, unless you really fucked around for the rest of your life. Or you do what I'm probably gonna do in later intervals, is look up Toadstool 64 to see where all the objects are placed. But yeah, no. The same guy I learned this from is also the same guy who found this coin in DK64 in the fungi forest, hidden under the grass, and then speedrunners are like, no, my 100% runs are ruined, no! It's like, well, there you go. That's a good anecdote, because it's also relevant to the game. Shoot into the wild blue. Alright, so now there's, at various points in the game, there's the other pink bombs that you need to talk to in order to open the cannons. So it becomes a fun exercise of finding the dude. At least in this level, he's right next to it. But from now on, don't expect me right next to it. And also try to think about that when you're doing ROM-X. It's like, where's he hiding? I want access to the cannon. It's like a key in a door situation. Except you get to talk to a funny little dude. I like to talk to little funny little dudes. He's my buddy. Just aim it ever so carefully. Scorched earth tactics, don't fail me now. There's another way to get up there, of course, but I'm just showing you the canon way. Haha. Shoot into the wild blue. You know, that hint is not exactly the best hint, but at least tells you need to use the cannon. So I guess that means look around. And now at this point, if you want to go right to the Bowser stage, I mean, go right ahead. But I still have much to do here in the Mario 64s. I will see you next time.